Hey, it's Meg, and welcome to Meg Talks a Lot, because I do. So, this week, sorry, I was getting a little high for hopes. If you had high hopes for this show, I probably got a little bit higher than that. Because things are going to be a little bit different today. I accidentally recorded the wrong show for this week's show. Shocker. So, we are going to do a reaction to a pre-made true crime video. This is a 3-hour true crime compilation. 7 cases that shook the world. This is part 3. I have not watched any other parts. I saw that Oregon was on here, so I gotta watch it. So we're gonna get into it. We don't have to puff past no evidence, but we do have to get as high as your hopes. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, do the damn thing, and let's get into it. $69, because I'm a Cancer, not because I like the 69. Oh, also, real quick, before we really get into it, there's a new link below, because my shop has its own website now, so go visit it. Go check that shit out. Okay, Anywho, let's get into it. I have no idea what we're about to watch, so. But I do need some. Yeah. Heyyyyyy Sawyer.
Bend, Oregon, a tranquil city with a low crime rate. Campus security guards are a reassuring presence for the college town's 10,000 students. But what happens when a friendly face turns out to be hiding a deadly obsession? A missing student, a desperate man, and a multi-state crime spree. This is the story. Look,
y'all giving too much information right off the bat. No. Don't tell me what I'm about to see. Who in their right minds thought that was a good idea? I mean, I get drawing you in, but y'all be taking that shit too far. Y'all be playing the whole episode right in the beginning, the first 3 seconds. After that, I don't even need to watch the shit no more.
This is the story of the disappearance of Heyyyyyy Sawyer.
Now she kept breathing and not stopping her forever.
Heyyyyyy Sawyer had lived in the picturesque town of Bend, Oregon all her life.
Okay,
she was
so
from a
I
large
was
and
skipping.
blended family. When Heyyyyyy was young, her parents separated and both went on to remarry. As a result, she was the oldest of 5 siblings and the shining light of family gatherings.
She was the oldest of 5? That's a lot of siblings and a lot of responsibility.
Was also an enrolled member of the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe, South Dakota, the great-great-great-granddaughter of Chief Joseph Forebear. In 2016, at the age of 23, Heyyyyyy was working as a dental assistant at Opry Dental. She had also re-enrolled at Central Oregon Community College and was living near campus with her boyfriend of 2 years, Cameron Reimhofer. Her parents could see her having a future with him, and that future looked bright. On July 23, 2016, Heyyyyyy dressed up in a black dress and brown boots to attend a bachelorette party in downtown Bend. Her friends and boyfriend...
Who's was reading this. Because those were not brown boots. Those were black wedges. Or ankle. Yeah, those were wedges.
Brent would later remember the green purse she had been carrying that night. When Kaylee headed out that hot summer night, no one could have predicted she would not return home. Several bars and a few drinks later, Kaylee's friends spotted her dancing with a man who was not her boyfriend. At 4 minutes past midnight, she contacted Cameron asking him to pick her up. When he arrived, they fought in the car. Cameron was worried about Kaylee's reckless behavior. The day before, she had texted her father saying she had been busy trying to figure things out and that she was in a bit of a hole. The fight escalated, and when the couple arrived at their apartment at 12:14 a.m., Cameron suggested Kaylee take some time to cool off. He went upstairs to wait at their apartment while Kaylee took a walk.
He suggested she calm down. And so she took a walk. And he went upstairs. What the fuck? Hell no. Why she need to go for a walk? She's drunk. Bro. How long y'all been together?
She had done countless times before when things had gotten heated.
Okay.
It was a safe neighborhood. He had no...
She does it all the time. She does it all the time. She always goes for walks. It's a safe neighborhood. It's a safe neighborhood. It's a safe neighborhood. It's a safe neighborhood. Every time I watch one of these true crime shows, it says, it's a safe neighborhood. It was a safe neighborhood. Oh, people didn't lock the doors. It was a safe neighborhood. The fun? That's why somebody got murdered. Any hooser. He got a big nose. This is me not scratching my leg. I got 3 mosquito bites. Eek! Y'all like my nails? You better make sure they look good on camera before you post this. It took me 2 days. 2 days to do these. I keep going off camera. 2 days. 2 days. I will not be doing this much detail ever again. Let's go.
No reason to think she wouldn't be back a few minutes later, calmer and ready to talk things through. But by 12:24 a.m., Kaylee had not returned. Worried, Cameron went downstairs to look for her. She was not there, and at 12:30 he texted her asking, "Where are you? Please come home and talk to me." They argued over text for a while before he said, "Please don't do this to me. I apologize for being upset when I picked you up."
Okay, he do got a big nose. He do got a big nose. But she was still texting him, so she's still alive. But why? Okay, one. He should not have let her walk alone after been drinking all night. I got mosquito bites. They be issued. 2. Did she get homeboy's number at the club who she was dancing with? Did she pick a fight?
I just drove up and down College Way really slow. I didn't see you, and I didn't know where else to go. Just come back. He was searching for her desperately now, but she did not want to talk to him. Her last...
She was already in Homeboy's core, probably. So she must have had his number. Oh, shoot.
Message to him at 1 a.m. read, "Are you kidding? Because that's BS. Goodbye. Phone off." He replied, "Kaylee, please." Cameron did not find Kaylee that night despite trawling the roads near the couple's apartment. Eventually, he had to assume she was taking the night.
That was the road? Let's back it up. Okay.
BS.
We gotta start here, because I don't know how to back it up.
Phone off. He replied, "Kaylee, please." Cameron did not find Kaylee that night despite trawling the road.
You mean to tell me that she walks along this road by herself? You got me. No. I hardly leave my house. If I'm going on a walk, it ain't alone.
Roads near the couple's
Not at night.
apartment. Eventually, he had to assume she was taking the night to cool off. Reluctantly heading home.
Going where? Where was she going? Where was she staying? Who was she staying with? Taking the night to cool off. With who? Where? Where's she laying her head to cool off? She's just gonna keep walking all night long?
Home, he expected to hear from her in the morning. But the reconciliation he was desperately hoping for was destined never to happen. On the morning of July 24th, Cameron woke up to Kaylee's side of the bed still worryingly empty. At 9 a.m., he tried to call her, but she did not pick up. He went to her friend's house, hoping Kaylee had gone there to stay the night. Kaylee's...
Now he goes to the friend's house. Now. I cannot even fathom. There are so many men like this in the world. Like, the absent-minded thoughts that they be having or whatever it is, they don't even be having thoughts. Obviously, it's absent-minded. I don't know. Does that make sense? What is absent-minded? Anywho, yeah, I can't find her. She's just walking around drunk by herself. So I'm gonna go home. Cause she probably gonna take the night to cool off. Like, that's a fucking joke. He should have gone to Kaylee's friend's house that night. Don't look at my armpits, guys. Y'all know I don't be shaving the house. I don't ever leave the house. But I did leave the house today. I don't know when I last left the house. But I left the house today. Okay. Let's go.
His car, a Subaru Impreza, was parked where she'd left it the day before, but Kaylee was not.
Okay, girl. Her car is all decked out. Was she racing? She did not look like the type of girl. Don't judge a book by its cover. I don't know if you can see, I got a lot of books back there. But that is souped up, girl. She had to be racing that thing. But also, I'm not a Subaru fan.
There. This was when Cameron decided to call Kaylee's parents. It was a Sunday, and Kaylee's father, Jamie, was in church when the call came in. But he picked up, telling his wife afterwards, "Cam can't find Kaylee." There were no sightings of Kaylee all morning. Her phone kept going to voicemail, and even her mother, Julie, could not get hold of her. Something highly unusual in the close-knit family. In the early afternoon, Cameron made the decision to call 911.
Dispatch, how can I help you? Hi. I'm not sure if it was quite right number to call. Last night I got home from the bars with my girlfriend. She got upset at me and ran off. And I chased her and wasn't able to find her, and I still haven't heard from her. Her phone's off. I called all her family and they haven't heard from her, so I'm wondering what you recommend I do.
We put in a call and we can have officers, deputies look for her.
Okay.
Where was she last seen at?
College Way. Outside of the apartment complex. It's like at the top of College Way. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I guess she said her phone was about to die, and then I couldn't get a hold of her after that. I haven't heard from her since.
Okay.
Wait, she texted him, phone off. But did they have a phone call after? And she said her phone was dying? I'm missing details. This is why I need to be an investigator. I need all the details. I need everything. Because I need to know why this story is not aligning with the narrator's story. Y'all telling us things, but then letting us hear different things. She ran off. I chased after her. She said her phone was about to die. I didn't hear anything else after that. Like, couldn't hear anything else. But the narrator said he went upstairs. Because he told her she needs to take a walk and cool off. So she does. Because that's what she normally does. And they're texting, arguing. And then she says phone off. So what the heck? Which one is it? Look, FBI, CSI, CIA. I'm very analytical, detail-oriented. If y'all need somebody, call a sister up. Just delete all my past off the internet and allow me to smoke some weed and I'll be okay. Anywho, let's keep going.
Any idea where she would go, or?
I don't know. Look, I figured she'd go where her car was, their best friends or her mom's. I've been over to both. Talked to her dad, and I just haven't heard anything from anybody knowing this.
Okay. Did she get a job that she needs to be at, that she missed or anything like that?
Not today. She has work tomorrow at Upper Dental.
Okay. And any diagnosed mental or physical health issues?
No, none that I know of.
However, Julie
I got a burp. How long they been together? I thought they've been together long enough to be living together. And you don't know if she has any mental issues? What? What? What do you mean? Not that I know of. And now I think I'm about to find out her mama says, yeah, she does. Like, my husband could have named all of mine probably in the first 5 seconds he met me. Not really, but really. Let's get back into it.
told police Kaylee had a history of epilepsy, suggesting she was an at-risk person. This meant that the police might treat her case with urgency rather than waiting a day or two for Kaylee to return of her own accord.
Yes, how can I help you?
Kaylee had had just one seizure many years earlier, and the condition was well managed. But Julie felt no guilt about exaggerating.
Okay, so he was right. He was right. When they said the mama was about to say something, I was like, how you not know if she got mental illnesses? Because, hello, y'all see mine every Monday. But she has epilepsy? Controlled epilepsy. She had one seizure from it years ago. But to find my daughter, hell yeah, Julie, I would be exaggerating too. The fuck? It can happen at any time. If it's controlled, is she on medication? Because if she don't have the medication, then she can have a seizure. So yeah, maybe she's not exaggerating.
She knew in her gut that something sinister had happened to her daughter. The first 48 hours are the most critical for locating a missing person. Julie's mother's instinct told her something was very wrong. As the search for Kaylee Sawyer continued, Julie...
Look, y'all keep seeing me switching from side to side because usually I have my mouse when I'm watching my show. And yes, I'm super strong with learning, so my eyes are low. Okay? Get over it. Anywho. Usually I'm using a mouse, but today I have the keyboard next to me, and I keep forgetting that I can just go boop, 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 boop. So, that's why you see me swish. Like a DJ, I'm over here. If that's my music, don't listen to it. We are not making it on the top 10 billboards, or even the hundreds, or even the thousands. We're making it in the in the mud, and we're never coming out. Yeah. Okay.
Sadly be proven right. The police talked to Kaylee's family, friends, and Cameron. As her boyfriend and someone who had rowed with Kaylee the night of her disappearance.
His nose don't look that big. Like, their noses look proportioned equally together. Like, on them. And you can tell that they stick out. But maybe when he smiles, because mine does that. Like, mine sticks out, I think. And then when I smile, it goes, like, flares out.
Appearance, Cam was under the spotlight. But officers soon ruled him out. Lieutenant Devin Lewis believed that Cam truly had no idea where she was. Next, they spoke to the stranger Kaylee had danced with in the bar. Had she snuck back to meet him after her fight with Cameron? It was a tantalizing theory. The man admitted to flirting with Kaylee, but he insisted he hadn't seen her again after she left the bar.
So he did not get her number. Again. Back to why I said she doesn't need to be walking alone at night.
With no leads and no firm suspects, the police were stumped. Perhaps Kaylee's disappearance really was her own choice. Was she taking a few days away to figure things out as she'd told her father? The test, they decided, would be to wait and see if she showed up for work.
No one could find her after she left the bar. When did she tell her dad she was taking a few days? I knew her dad said he hadn't heard from her in a couple days. But I didn't know that was after the bar situation, after she left, because isn't her phone dead? And no one else has heard from her? Not even her mama? I think that's out of chronological order.
The next day, dedicated to her job as a dental assistant, if Kaylee had missed a day, the police and her loved ones could be sure that she was in trouble. As the morning of Monday, the 25th of July dawned, so did the horrible realization that Kaylee was still missing.
Honestly, that's annoying. That's annoying. That annoys me. Because, like, I don't know. I need more details. See, this is why I need more details. This is why I need more details. Because is she known to do this? Like, just disappear? Take a couple days to figure things out? Just up and disappear where no one knows where she is? This is weird as fuck. Like, if I went hours without talking to my husband, he is searching the streets for me. Because where the fuck am I at? But, seriously. Like, the fact that they're like, let's see if she shows up to work on Monday. She went out Saturday and took a walk to take a breather. Let's see if she shows up at work on Monday. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. I hate. I get it because we don't have enough. I'm not even gonna go.
That very same morning, another Oregon woman woke up to a horrifying revelation. Isabel Ponce Lara was a rookie cop who had spent an ordinary weekend with her husband, Edwin Lara. Lara was a security guard for Central Oregon Community College.
Hold up. His wife is a cop. Rookie cop, but she's a cop. He is a security guard. Luckily, not in the lumberyard. If you know, you know. If you don't know, ignore it. And he was a security guard at her college. Which means he probably knows her. Or, like, knows of her.
He'd got home in the early hours of Sunday morning from working his night shift as a campus safety officer. They went to church together, where he seemed quiet and showed her less affection than normal. She asked him what was wrong, but he didn't explain. She guessed it was just the normal stress from work and didn't question him further. They stopped by Pizza Hut and watched Netflix at home. Then...
Okay, the way this story is going is just like this lady came into work and she was like, so my husband was acting super weird yesterday. He came home super late. We went to church. He wasn't interested. He wasn't showing me no love. And we went to home. Oh, Pizza Hut. We went to Pizza Hut. And then home. Ate some popcorn. And then I guess we went to the movies. Like that's what the narrator's giving me right now. I need you to switch it up. Tell me what made her suspicious.
And he suggested they go out to see a movie in Bend. The only strange detail she noticed, other than him being withdrawn, was that he had the windows on the car cracked open.
This whole time.
What? This narrator's making it seem like she literally just showed up at the police station and was like, this girl's missing, my husband's acting weird. Maybe he had something to do with it. But is it them actually questioning her because he's already a suspect?
I'm up to when you're going to the movie. Anything stand out to you?
You know what I just thought about right now? He had the windows cracked open and he never did that.
Okay.
You know what I just thought about right now? Right now? He never opens the windows. Like, I am that detail oriented, okay? If you don't ever open the windows, I'm gonna notice that. The first time you open the windows. Okay? If you don't ever say please, and then you say please, I'm gonna notice it. If you don't ever say thank you, and you say thank you, I'm gonna notice it. If you don't ever put something on, and then you put something on, I'm gonna notice it. I'ma notice everything. Every little change in every little person. This is me banging my head against the wall because it's annoying.
And I asked him about that, and he said, oh, it's hot.
The next day, however, things changed. She suspected nothing wrong until he disrupted their morning routine. He painted a vivid picture of guilt and panic, describing to his wife a horrific accident. He claimed that he accidentally hit a woman with his campus security car. He had panicked and had hidden her body. Isabel was confused. Why would...
This is why she gave him to the popos. Okay. See? I have ADHD. I be jumping to conclusions right off the bat. Because I need to go start to finish in 2 seconds.
someone hide the evidence of a tragic accident? After he had confessed to his wife, Edwin took her service weapon and drove off, leaving her to worry that he might do something to hurt himself. At 11:52 a.m. on Monday, July 25th, she took her fears to the police.
Okay.
Following up on Edwin's claims, the police searched the couple's property. They discovered a trash bag of female belongings in Laura's shed, just as he had told Isabel. These...
Oh no. The pink pearl. Oh, the pink. Oh my god. I swear. I see pink straight ahead. Okay. The screen is black now. That's my excuse. The green purse that she was carrying. Wait. What's his name? The subtitle says Laura. I don't remember his name. Anywho. That's her purse. You can tell. I was like, what is in my legs? It's the remote for the heating pad. Guys. Oh, wait. It needs to go the other way. Okay, anyways.
These included a green purse soaked in blood, containing an ID card belonging to none other than missing woman Kaylee Sawyer. They also found bloodied clumps of blonde hair and a rock, also stained with blood. The police already had reason to doubt Laura's story, as his wife had. One lieutenant said,
Is that his selfie? Like, is that what he looks like when he takes a selfie? Oh, okay. Laura. Because why you look so fucking angry? I would never speak to that man a day in my life. But apparently his wife saw him driving. Some people leave the scene of accidents because something, but they return a short time later or something. But that's not what Ed did. I'm sure they're about to read it to us, and I don't know why I read it to you, but I'll be your narrator today.
some people leave the scene of accidents because they're scared, but they return a short time later or something like that. But that's not what Ed did. And here in Laura's shed was evidence to suggest his car was not all that he'd hit Kaylee with. The red-stained rock was bagged as a potential murder weapon, and the disappearance of Kaylee Sawyer had suddenly become a murder inquiry.
I don't think he hit her with the car at all. I think he saw her walking on the side of the road, and he had seen her on campus before plenty of times, and he was attracted to her. And he stopped his car. And of course, she wasn't interested, and he took that rock and he bashed her over the head.
The main suspect was nowhere to be found, but in the shed was further evidence of the macabre and troubled mind that could have committed
How do you look angry and smiling at the same time?
such a crime. Laura had studied criminal justice. Propped against the wall of the shed was a college psychology project. a graphic informational poster on the railroad killer. The railroad killer was a Mexican serial killer active in the 1990s. He was a drifter hopping trains to avoid detection as he murdered at least 15 people across the United States and Mexico. Laura's poster was smeared with red paint to mimic blood spatter and handprints, along with graphic images of victims' bodies. The railroad killer's weapon of choice was whatever came closest to hand, including heavy rocks. It was a chilling parallel with the way police now believed Kaylee Sawyer might have died, and a hint of her suspected killer's fascination with murder. Police returned to Isabel to learn more about Edwin Lara's character. They asked if he was a drinker, had anger issues, or had ever been violent.
Wait a minute. I've heard a story. This is probably not the same story, but I heard a story where this guy kidnapped this girl, and he had her in his shed. And his wife was home the whole time. And he ends up murdering the girl in his shed. Like, she was there for a little bit. I don't know the full story. Maybe it's not this. Maybe it's a Lifetime movie. Maybe it's a real story. I have no idea. This sounds like that.
He told them that she and her husband had stopped drinking when they went back to church, and that Lara had never been violent towards her. However, Lara had been having an affair. He had family in California and had been seeing a woman there while Isabel was in the police academy. According to Isabel, he had begged for her forgiveness, and they were working through it. Lara's co-workers told a more sinister story. At work, in security at the community college, he had showed nude photos of himself and his mistress to his colleagues, and reportedly had a fascination with dead bodies.
Okay, so he's a weirdo. He is a weirdo. So far. Well, from what we know.
This made one female cadet so uncomfortable that she refused to ride in a car with him. Isabel, however, wanted to keep him close. After she learned about the affair, she went on several ride-alongs with Lara at his work. He usually drove around alone in the campus security car. He showed his wife areas around town that were out of the way, hidden from public view. He knew the back roads of the area intimately. By this point, the police...
Shocker. And her boyfriend was like, yeah, just go for a walk. Cool off. Like, what the fuck? That don't make no sense to me. That just does not make sense to me. I'm sorry. I can't. If someone told me to go for a walk and cool off, that I've been drinking all night, you go walk. You go for a walk and cool off. Excuse me. I don't know where I'm at. Except I want to be in my bed. I don't know how long this episode is.
Police knew that they were looking for Kaylee's body, and with this new information, it was clear he could have hidden her anywhere. It was a lead on locating her remains, but even more urgent was finding the killer himself, and the police had no idea where he could have fled to. Edwin
I'm real stony baloney, so my eyes are gonna be super wide. Also because it's nighttime and I'm just real stony baloney. And I had a little sexy. I had a wine slushy. Anywho. Look at this dude's face. He does not know how to take a picture without looking angry. Also, why is he recording himself? Like, that just doesn't make any sense.
When Laura knew he was in trouble. The story he had told Isabel was not holding up, and even if the police had believed it, he'd still be guilty of a crime. He went on the run, and his desperate attempts to remain free led to a crime spree that sowed terror across 2 states. The first person to fall victim to Laura's murderous desperation was 19-year-old Andrea Mays. Andrea was working at a Ross dress.
This man went on a killing spree while he was on the run. I'm so confused. I'm confused.
Less in Salem, Oregon, a town a few hours northeast of Bend. At 8:45 p.m., after a 12-hour shift, she got into her car and relaxed for a moment on social media. She took a selfie to post on Snapchat and was reading a Facebook message from a friend when Edwin Lara decided to make her his next victim.
Lock your car doors. If you need to take a break in your car, when you get in it, lock the doors. Lock the doors, start the car. Start the car, lock the doors. Lock the doors, start the car. That way, if you need to take off, you can take off.
Edwin was armed with his wife's gun, carrying a backpack, and wearing a bulletproof vest. He shoved his arm through the open window of Andrea's car and demanded that she take him where he wanted to go at gunpoint. Fearing for her life, she had no choice but to do as he said.
And her car window was open? Girl. Baby. Girl. What the fuck?
He told her he had been waiting in the parking lot for a while, waiting for a woman he could carjack. He had spoken to a pregnant woman who had brushed him off, boasting to Andrea, "Little does she know what I could have done to her." He claimed to be a cop, telling Andrea, "I don't know if you heard what happened to the girl I just killed." Gone was the tearful demeanor he had displayed for his wife. His violence was now a source of notoriety and even pride. After an hour, Laura told Andrea to pull over because she was driving too fast.
He recorded himself this whole entire time.
He handcuffed her to the gear shift and drove himself, terrified that he would be stopped for speeding. They continued for several hours until they reached a motel in Southern Oregon. He forced her to pretend to be his girlfriend, holding her hand, threatening that he'd kill both her and the motel clerk if she didn't act as though everything was fine. She'd visibly begin crying, but the motel clerk noticed nothing wrong and allowed them to check in to the motel.
This is why I say you need to be detail-oriented. You need to pay attention to things. See something, say something. See something, say something.
In the motel room, he handcuffed her to the bed frame and forced her to swallow sleeping pills. She tried her hardest to stay awake, terrified that he would assault her while she slept. Suddenly, her phone alarm sounded. Lara panicked, sure someone was calling Andrea to find out where she was. She thought quickly. She told him she had an STI, and that the alarm was to remind her to take her medication. After that, he didn't touch her. But he did become increasingly paranoid about helicopters being sent to find him. He left the motel, taking Andrea with him as a human shield. She was out in the open once again, but was Andrea any safer from assault or even murder at the hands of her abductor?
Oh my gosh, she was so pretty. What the freak? That was good thinking for her, though. Like, really good thinking. Yeah. Remind me to take my STI medication. I have herpes. This is to remind me to take my medication. Girl, okay. That's what I would have said. Herpes is the worst one. They don't want that shit.
They were soon to meet Edwin Lara's third victim. Andrea's car was leaking oil, so Lara decided they needed to steal a new one. In the parking lot of a new motel in Wairika, California, a wildlife photographer named Jack Levy was loading up his car. He was in the area to take photographs of butterflies. With his hostage Andrea in tow, Lara burst into Levy's room.
Are his teeth that white? Like, are those his real teeth? You murderous. That's the first picture where he doesn't look angry. And murderous. For one. For two, his teeth are very nice.
Demanding the man's car keys, but Levy refused, instead yelling for help. Desperate to avoid detection and with nothing left to lose, Edwin Lara shot Levy in the abdomen. As Levy fell to the ground, Lara fled with Andrea, dragging her on foot to a nearby gas station. In need of new wheels to continue his getaway, Lara targeted a family parked there. 17-year-old Nima Gavini and his grandmother and younger brother. Lara threw Andrea into the car and then carjacked Nima at gunpoint, saying, "Drive or I'll shoot." Nima, scared for the lives of himself and his family, drove. As they drove, Lara engaged his victims in a bizarre conversation.
What? This is insane. He's got like 3 or 4 people in the car with him. And now he's engaging in conversation. Homie is weird.
He asked him if they had ever had an urge to kill. He blamed his own urge for what he'd done. 15 minutes later, he released the terrified family, though Andrea remained in his grasp. His behavior became
This poor girl. Oh my god, this poor girl. This guy's weird. Okay? It's weird. Andrea's stuck with him. I don't know. I really hope she gets out safe. We're gonna find out next week. Legitly next week. So, come back next week because we're gonna find out what is wrong with this man. Okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And comment. And do all the do. Get as high as your hopes. Because I'm going to get more higher than your hopes. And we'll figure out what's going on next week. Okay? Okay. So, I'll see you then. Bye.